Hello guys, and since pretty much of a long time I haven't do any videos for you, and so this time let's read a book, and its name was the Odyssey. Okay, and so let's go and read it. It's still one of the kind of like the Greek myths. Remember that? Chapter 1. Calypso's prisoner. On the island of Ogygia, home of a sea nymph, Calypso, a big, strong man was sitting on the beach and sobbing his heart out. His name was Odysseus, and he was a very long way from home. Far above him, the mighty gods of Mount Olympus was watching. Athena, goddess of wisdom. Ooh, wisdom. I don't know what it is. turned to her father, Zeus. Wait a second. Do you remember Perseus and the Gorgon? The old man says to Perseus he is the son of Zeus, and now Athena is a daughter from Zeus. So, but Zeus, how many kids do Zeus have? 3? Maybe 3. One is Hercules, Perseus, and Athena. I don't even know why he had 3 kids. I don't believe it. Anyway, let's just read this. He was the king of all the gods. If anyone could help Odysseus, he could. She pointed with tiny ant-like human below. Look, father, poor Odysseus has been stranded here for years. Will you help him to escape from Calypso's island and get home to his family? Zeus scowled. Why should I help him? He asked. He's just a human. He's not any human, father, said Athena. He's a hero, a clever hero, not like a lot of blockheads out there. Said Zeus. That's maybe true. But what about Poseidon, god of the seas? He hates Odysseus, and he'll be furious if I help him. Besides, your hero will have to escape Calypso Island by sea, so making Poseidon angry is not a good idea. But you're the king of the gods, Athena said, arching her eyebrow. Your word is law. Other gods must bow to you. Zeus grunted, obviously pleased. That is true, he called to a young, handsome god nearby. Hermes, go and tell what pesky Calypso had to let Odysseus go. Hermes saluted, scrambled to his winged sandals and pushed off into the empty air. Ooh, golden winged sandals. That kind of sandal must help him to fly, but I don't need to see him fly. I see him falling down to the ground. Down, down, down. When Hermes landed on Ogygia, he found himself in a beautiful forest, surrounded by a lush of vegetation and delicious smell of herbs. Somewhere close by, scented fires burning, and then saw her, Calypso. Oh, Calypso looked pretty, but all the airs and how she looks like and her hair made her pretty much turn to a villain. Pretty much look like a villain, you see. And her smile, she doesn't look even friendly for a little. Even though she looked pretty, but I don't think she's a woman as I'm thinking. Even though Hermes was a god who spent his days with beautiful goddesses, he's still stunned by her loveliness. Calypso welcomed him warmly. At least she did. She did until he told her why he was here. You want me to give up Odysseus? Her eyes flashed with fury. But I love him. He has lived with me for 7 years. Against his will, Hermes pointed out. Calypso gave him a fiery look. Zeus commands you to let him go, Hermes added. At that, Calypso sighed. Then I must. Calypso padded down to the beach, where Odysseus sat, staring out to sea. He looked up as he heard her footsteps. Zeus is forcing me to let you go, Calypso said. She fluttered her eyelashes. If you want to leave, that is, I want to go, said Odysseus quickly. You're very beautiful, Calypso, but I want to see my wife and child and my home again. That's where I belong. With a lovesick sigh, Calypso gave up. She helped Odysseus to build a sturdy raft, and he sailed away without a glance in her direction. Far above Odysseus' little raft, the sea god Poseidon looked down and saw that Odysseus was free. Why did Poseidon hate Odysseus? I don't know. Maybe he did something that hurts or anything, I don't know. So Zeus let you go when I wasn't looking. You're not getting away easily, little man, he muttered. He stuck his trident into the sea and started up into a furious storm. That must be a very, very strong storm. Maybe. The winds and rain lashed the little raft until it was smashed into pieces, and Odysseus was thrown into the sea. He felt himself sinking down and down into the freezing ocean. The deeper he sank, the colder it got. Soon he knew no more. Oh God, poor Odysseus. Just hope he's not dead. When he came to, he found himself on a beach beside a clump of olive trees. For a horrible moment, he thought he was back where he started, on Godia. When he saw a pair of girls washing clothes in a river close by, this can't be Ogygia, he thought. I was alone with Calypso there. He got up and called out, Hello? The girls gave a squeal of shock. Odysseus bowed low. I'm sorry if I scared you, but do you know where I might find food and shelter? The girl, still trembling slightly, pointed out a palace of a hill. As it turned out, the king and queen who lived in that place were the perfect host. Ooh, perfect host. I don't even know what that means. Without even asking who he was, they ushered him inside, gave him fresh clothes and plenty to eat and drink. Such some good people. We're very nice. In return for this fine hospitality, said Odysseus, I'll tell you a tale. A murmur of excitement and went through the court. Odysseus cleared his throat and began. My name is Odysseus, and unfortunately for me, everything I tell you is true. Chapter 2. Odysseus' Tale. Although you wouldn't know it to look at me, I'm a king. My kingdom is on the island of Ithaca, and I've been trying to get back there for the past 7 years. When I set sail for home, my men and I just won a war against Troy. It took 10 years and we lost many comrades. Still, 12 ships full of my men survived, and we are glad to be going home at last. At least we thought we were going home. Our journey began badly when a storm blew us off, of course, leaving us adrift for days. When we finally saw land, my men cheered and rushed ashore. Unfortunately, the island was a land of lotus eaters, where the fruit is so delicious you never want to leave. Wait, why don't you just pick them fruits and bring them? I am a genius. Well, those word lotus eaters reminds me of like a kind of person or an animal, a kind of species, blah, blah, blah. That's eat animal. But the word lotus reminds me of like a fish or not a kind of mammal. It must be some kind of reptile, not a bird. And also not some mammals, just reptiles and fish. Just two kind of them, but they're not. They're just the fruit. After one taste, my men lost all interest in home. All they wanted was the fruit. I have to drag them back to the ship and lock them up before we could be on our way. Just make me happy, dude. Pick some and bring on your trip. That will make you guys doesn't even hungry anymore. We sailed on. On the next island, we discovered a gigantic cave near the beach. Someone obviously lived here, so I said, "Man, let's wait here to see whose cave it is. Maybe he can give us supplies or at least directions." As it turned out, it was a terrible idea. Our cave was the home of Cyclops, a one-eyed giant, and his single eye wasn't at least pleased to see us. As he arrived home with a herd of giant sheep, he roared at us. "Who are you?" I rolled a huge stone over the entrance. He rolled over a huge stone over the entrance and trapped us inside. "I am Polypheus, and this is my house. Why are you here?" I spoke up. "We're weary soldiers on our way back from a war," I said. "And, as I'm sure you know, the great god Zeus looks kindly on those who are kind to strangers." I winked at him. "And so probably a good idea to give us food and water." The Cyclops burst out laughing, spraying a shower full of smelling spit all of us. "Ew! Zeus? Ha 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 ha! I'm not afraid of him. He's my uncle." "Wait, what? I don't believe you." With that, he plucked up two of my men in his meaty hands and ate them raw. Ew. After a swig of sheep's milk, the monster grabbed another two. Some of my men cried, "Kill him! Kill him now!" But looking at the huge stone blocking the door, I knew I couldn't. Well, we'll be trapped if he dies, I whispered to Eurylochus, my right-handed man. But I have another idea. Chapter 3. A cunning plan. I gathered a few of my men in a huddle and pointed out a branch in the corner of the cave. "Sharpen that," I told them. Then I turned to Cyclops. He was eyeing up my men, deciding which poor soul to eat next. "We hardly have any food or water, but we have some very fine wine with us," I called. "Would you like some?" The Cyclops beamed. "Yes, give it to me." He grabbed a bottle and took a swig. "What's your name, stranger?" "My name is Nobody," I said. This was a part of my plan. Psycho. "Well, Nobody," said the Cyclops. "I shall do something nice for you since you did this for me." I was about to thank him when he went on. Yes, I'll eat you last. Ha 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 ha. What a psycho. He is such a betrayer or something. Yeah, not really. Well, such like I don't think, sometimes I see in a video or movie, I see not much Cyclops are really eating men, but this guy keep on eating men. Such a bad guy. Oh, I said, and I gulped. Would you like some more wine? Soon, just as I hoped, the wine made him sleepy as he began to doze, snoring like a sty full of pigs. Gross. I gestured to my men to heat the sharpened branch in the fire. When the sharp end was white hot, we hafted it into our shoulder and jammed it into Cyclops' close eye with a sizzle. He woke up with a jolt and screamed out, "Nobody's hurting me! Help!" Another giant who lived next door heard him and laughed. "If nobody hurting you, then stop crying, you great big baby! Ha ha ha!" Furious and whimpering in pain, the blinded Cyclops lay back down and eventually fell asleep. Wait, what? The next morning, he rolled the stone away from the cave mouth to let his sheep out to gaze. At my order, each man strapped himself quickly and quietly beneath one of the Cyclops' huge sheep. As each animal wandered out in the field to graze, one of my men escaped into the free, fresh air. Once outside, we let the sheep go and ran to the ship. In my triumph, I couldn't resist turning back and yelling, "I tricked you! I'm not nobody! I'm Odyssey!" That's such a bad idea, Odyssey. You're such a... Yeah. It's not really a good thing you should do. The Cyclops howled and began to throw rocks at us. Luckily, his aim was terrible. "Father Poseidon, god of the seas," he cried out, "Odysseus has blinded me. Punish him. Made him suffer as I suffer." "Oh dear," I said to Eurylochus as we sailed away. "Do you think telling him my real name might be a bit of a mistake?" "Yeah, man, a really big mistake." Chapter 4. The Bag of Winds. I tried to put the Cyclops curse out of my mind, and we sailed on peacefully enough until we reached the island of Aeolus, keeper of the winds. Unlike our last host, Aeolus welcomed us kindly. We stayed at this place for a month, feasting and telling stories. Ooh! When we left, Aeolus gave me a strange and wonderful present. "Here," he said to me, handing me a bulging cloth bag. "This bag contains powerful winds. Let out just a few puffs if you need to change course." Change course? I put the bag in a safe place where my man wouldn't accidentally open it, and we went on our way. Aeolus was sent a steady breeze to blow us home. Before we knew it, we were close enough to Ithaca to see people walking about on the shore. By now I was so exhausted I couldn't keep my eyes open, and I took a nap. I dreamed about Penelope, my wife. Wait, didn't I hear Penelope? Let me check. I think I heard the word Penelope before. Let me just take that later. And tell him, I guess, my son, you must be almost a man now. As I slept, some of my men pulled up a bag full of winds. Oh no, they must have thought it contained treasure because they opened it. The first thing you want to open this bag, you better gotta small squeeze about it. To check, a treasure will be hard because it's a treasure made from solid. And if it's an air, you can, like a bag is out here. And yeah, you can just do that or not. A mighty hurricane whipped up around us. I woke with a start and realized that my man has released all the wind at once. Oh my God, you guys are just some dummy. We're blown back and back all the way we had come, all the way back to Ellis. Ellis. It's so hard. Can you tell me how to read this word? A-E-O-L-U-S? Ellis. I don't even know how to read it. It's so pretty hard. This time he wouldn't help us. But God seemed against you, he said. I can't do anything more. So we set sail yet again, only this time, without the winds of Ellis, our ship seemed to crawl through the water. After a while, we came to an island and land to stock up on food and water. Oh, okay. I spotted a girl walking along the road. I called out to her. She told us to go to see her mother and father, the king and queen of Lestrigons and the palace on the hill. Ooh. We'll be delighted to have you for supper, she said. Supper? Does supper got the same meaning as dinner? Yeah, I think so, she said with a smile that I didn't like that all that much. When we met the king and queen, we found out why they'd be so delighted. We're cannibals. Wait, what? I don't know what happened. We ran for our lives, but not all of us escaped. The Lestrigons' army chased us all the way to the shore and hurled rocks at us, smashing almost all of our ships and killing many of our men. That is very weird. Only one ship of sad, tired men sailed away from that island. We had no supplies and hardly any hope left in our hearts. Next time when we landed, I was more cautious. I drew lots, and one group of men stayed at the shore with me, and the other followed Eurylochus to explore. A scouting party soon came upon the stone house in the woods. Eurylochus told me later that outside the house were wolves and lions as meek, as friendly as puppies and kittens. One lion even rolled on his back to have a tummy tickled. Really? I never seen that before. Maybe just in books, not really real life. When they heard a woman singing, at the sound of her footsteps, she came to the doors and beckoned. Come, strangers, you look tired. Let me offer you refreshments. The weary man went in, hungry and eager and enchanted with this kind and beautiful stranger. Come in, she sang. I am Circe, and you are welcome in my home. I have sweet wine and fresh bread, honey and olives, ready and waiting for you. But Eurylochus stayed behind. We had so little good luck on our journeys that we couldn't help thinking that she was a little too interested in feeding them. No, okay, let's see. As they ate, Circe brought them extra little treats and kept their cup full to overflowing. She smiled at them and they seemed having a wonderful time. Too late, the man discovered that the wine was drugged, and Eurylochus watched them slump into a deep, deep sleep. Circe waved a long, slender wand and cried out, Since you eat like pigs, pigs you shall be. Each leaping man transformed into an oinking, snuffling, pink, wriggling pig. Ew! Why, Cersei? Why? It's too gross. I hate that. Early Locust ran all the way back to the beach and told me what he's seen, telling him not to let the rest of the men out of his sight. I set off along the path in the direction of the house. Before I'd gone half a distance, a beautiful young man in winged sandals flew down from the sky and handed me a small sprig of magic herbs. Oh, okay. I'm a god Hermes, he said. Here, eat this herb. It will protect you from Cersei's magic. Before I could reply, he flew away again. I swallowed the herbs and went on my way. At the house, I saw tame wolves and kindly lions and wondered if they, too, had once been men. Cersei welcomed me inside, offering me food and wine. I ate and drank, just as my men had done. But I knew I was safe, thanks to Hermes. Cersei waved her wand, chuckling to herself, no doubt, but very pleased that she'd found another gullible idiot. But nothing happened. Why aren't you changing? She pouted. That's my business, I said, and I drew my sword. Now change my men back. Cersei looked impressed. It's a long time since anyone has been able to cheat my magic. She smiled softly. Perhaps you would like to stay as my guest instead of my prisoners. Her eyes twinkled as she spoke, and in that instant I began to fall in love. Oh God. Sorry, it doesn't be a perfect heart a little. Perfect enough for ya. Or perhaps, despite of the herb, I was falling under another spell. Still, I hadn't entirely lost my mind. If I only stay with you, I swear that you don't mean me any harm, I said. And, I added, reverse the spell you cast on my men. Cersei sighed and agreed. I swear on all the gods that I will do you no harm. When she called the pigs, my men, to her and tapped each one with her wand. Pigs began to change and grow until my man all stood before me, looking dazed and scared. I explained that Cersei had sworn that she wouldn't hurt us, so we decided to stay for a while. I have to admit, it was pleasant to me in a place where no one was trying to kill me or eat me for a change. Okay. Chapter 5. Dead Men and Deadly Voices. Oh my God, there's so much more. Oh God. Maybe, let me see. Let me just see. 8? Why are you even kidding? After a year on Cersei's island, my men grew restless, and I knew that it was time for us to leave. If you don't want to stay, I won't stop you, said Cersei. But take my advice. If you want to get home in one piece, you have to visit the land of the dead and seek the help of Tiresias, a spirit here. I was terrified. How can we go to the land of the dead and not die? I asked her. And how do we get here? Cersei gave me a long list of introductions, as well as many warnings for your journey. Let the north wind carry you, she said, as she waved us off in one remaining ship. Good luck! So we landed at the misty shores of the land of dead, where a scared grove of dark trees grew. As Cersei had instructed me, I dug a little hole and poured the blood of a freshly killed sheep into it. Wait! Where you even get a dead sheep? It was to tempt the dead out of the shadows to talk to us. As the blood poured, the shadowy spirits gathered around us. My men trembled, but I tried to keep my voice steady as I called. Tiresias, come forward. Odysseus wants to speak with you. One shadowy figure drifted closer, beginning to take a drink of blood. Ew. As he began to look more solid, I saw he was an old man. You're in trouble. Poseidon wants you dead because you blinded his son, the Cyclops. My heart sank. But that's not all. Whatever you do, stay away from the cat of Helios, the sun god. If you eat both, he shook his head. My advice is just don't. Okay, so that is all. I just hope you enjoyed this. There'll still be part 2, I promise. If it's too short, I will get another kind. Or just bonus. Yeah, okay.